Today, we're discussing about the topic of education. Education matters because it enables upward socioeconomic mobility and it's essential to escaping poverty. Additionally, it empowers people to have higher standards of living. It would provide opportunities in the future. However, globally, 132 million girls are out of school and many are not aware of this issue. This is why in this video we are targeting to raise awareness. We are focusing on the UN Goal 4, quality education, and Goal 5, gender equality. Girls' education goes beyond from getting girls into school. It is also about ensuring that girls learn and feel safe in school. Complete all levels of education with the skills to effectively compete in the labor market and contribute to the world. According to UNESCO, there are currently more than 34.3 million girls out of primary school, and there is more than 55% of them who are not encouraged to receive any education. There are also more than 30 million secondary school girls and 67.4 million of girls in secondary school age out of school. UNESCO has also stated that lack of education would lead to lifelong impacts such as poverty and the disability for literacy and simple numeracy. In addition, nearly 60% of children who are out of school are indeed female, and two-thirds of the 774 million illiterate people are females. Among all countries in the world, only 66% have achieved gender parity in primary education, 45% in secondary education, and 25% in upper secondary education. We have also researched the national perspective of Afghanistan. To start off, Afghanistan's education system has remained fragile since it has been deeply compromised by war and conflicts that have lasted for more than 30 years. It is believed that prior to 2002, 1 million students, mostly boys, were believed to attend general school. To add on, in Afghanistan, there are still 3.5 million children that are out of school, and 85% of them are girls. Also, one-third of girls that are under the age of 18 get married and are forced to drop out of their schools to help with their families. This then contributes to the many issues that affect girls' education. According to UNICEF in 2015, there were 132 conflict-related incidents affecting access to education. This includes 11 education personnel killed, 15 injured, and 49 abducted. Of the 132 incidents documented in 2015, the majority comprised of threats and intimidation. The acts of threat and intimidation include forced closure of schools, letters prohibiting schools attendance which were more specifically aimed at girls. Conflict-related violence resulted in partial or complete closure of more than 369 schools in 2015, affecting more than 139,000 students and 600 teachers. This also highlights the vulnerabilities faced by girls that restrict girls' education. To gather research for the project, we had surveys and interviews for the local perspective. The interview included a speaker, Crystal Owihan from Tibet. She started her own artist development company in Lebrang and accepted students from all genders. Because in Tibet, girls were prohibited to education and had assigned marriages at an early stage. Crystal believes that all girls should have the right to education. So she started her own art school in a foreign country. We also conducted a survey which provided the perspective of students from different international schools in Shanghai, with over 50 people's responses. Based on our sample of research, we can see that more than 11.5% of people do not strongly agree that women's education is just as important as boys. And over 45% of people underestimated the number of girls who are out of school to this day. Over 90% of people who took the quiz said that they have good or even excellent education. This result reflects people are unconscious about the gender disparity in education. We have also researched on Malala's thoughts and her personal perspective. Malala is a Pakistani activist for female education. She is known as one of the top 100 influential people to this day. She strongly believes that everybody should have the right of receiving a quality education. Her passion is shown through her words. It is better to live like a lion for a day than a slave for 100 years. In 2012, Malala raised awareness about girls' education by speaking publicly about girls' education and rights. This made her a target of the Taliban because education was a threat to them as knowledge gave you the power to question and challenge their laws. She travels to numerous countries meeting girls who fight poverty, war, and gender discrimination. One of the key messages she conveys is no girls can go to school because if they go, you guys would know what we would do. Showing She believes that girls with education is extremely powerful. To improve the situation, we can gather more volunteers, more funds, so we can help schools hire more teachers and have better facilities to offer education to girls. We also need to dispel the belief of boys being more worthy than girls, because everyone has equal rights when it comes to education. This topic should be brought up to schools with both genders getting a quality education during lessons for students to be more aware of this. This situation should also be posted on social media for the public. Additionally, you can start a movement or challenge on social media platforms to spread the message to everyone. With this being said, it is just so clear that most of us right now watching this video receives a great education, but yet we do not see how privileged we truly are. Make sure to spread awareness and never take education for granted. Thank you for watching.